Katie Hobbs turned the government over to the GOP for less than 23 hours. This is about fake news. I'm here to straighten you guys out. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenapel, and you're sitting in exile. Kind of nice over here, considering. I have people who will tell me when something's happening. And Katie Hobbs had to step down momentarily. I'll explain all of it, unpack it for you, explain exactly what happened. And I didn't comment on it because I just thought this is not news. Well, now I have to comment on it because it blew up and a lie went all over the internet. I don't like when my audience believes lies and I get a bunch of people texting me going, what about Katie Hobbs? What about Katie Hobbs? She's back in office. Everything's the same. The news started with Kimberly Yee. She's the Arizona state treasurer and a Republican, was temporarily appointed governorship of Arizona in place of Katie Hobbs because she had to step down. I'll tell you where she was. And that's where it all blew up. And everyone speculated, oh, Katie Hobbs was arrested or whatever. None of that's true. This is what happened. So here's the article, Katie Hobbs, no longer governor. Guys, it's mean to do this to an audience. Okay, I'll crack jokes, I'll exaggerate, but it's mean to tell people this. And I kind of care about you guys. I don't like having my audience go off and repeat fake news that comes from me. So it didn't come from me. Katie Hobbs didn't disappear. She was in Washington, D.C., meeting with Mayorkas about border security. That's the blind leading the blind, but she'd also just come back from a trip to Taiwan, and Taiwan is a huge Arizona trade ally. So she had some business with them. And then she was back yesterday to meet with Joe Biden, who's visiting Arizona, to lie to the entire state some more. So next in line, normally Katie Hobbs would hand it down to Adrian Fontes, the Secretary of State. This is a lawyer who used to represent the drug cartels, but he couldn't be acting governor because he went to Washington, D.C. about, quote, the need for federal funding for elections. So he's there begging for some more money. So he wasn't available in Washington, D.C. The next in chain of command, number 3, is Chris Mays, the Attorney General. She was also in Washington, D.C. So apparently no one's driving the car in Arizona. It gets all the way down to Kimberly Yee, Arizona state treasurer, who's a Republican. So yes, Republicans got the governorship of Arizona for less than 24 hours. So no, it wasn't enough time, put together a quorum and pass these 13 agencies that Katie Hobbs won't pass. It wouldn't have worked, guys. But here's her quote. While I'm pleased to step into this role, I will refrain from naming directors to the 13 agencies that currently have vacancies and will not call the Arizona legislature into session to confirm them. Don't worry anyways. None of the Arizona legislature would be available for that vote. So now you see, that's how the governorship went from Katie Hobbs down to Yee for about 23 hours and nothing happened. It was a nothing burger and it blew up all over the internet. We'll give you the truth. I'll tell you when there's actual news coming out of Arizona. Meanwhile, here's Sheriff Mark Lamb. Man, I really like this guy. He's running for Senate. He can't raise money. And Kari Lake my people are saying she's going to announce. They're not saying when she's going to announce, but we know on the inside, she's going to announce October 10th. Look for it in a couple weeks. She's going to announce she's running for Senate. This Ruben Gallego, Democrat, Kirsten Sinema, who used to be a Democrat and is now running independent. So this is going to be a weird race between Mark Lamb, who I think is a solid Republican, but can't get the fundraising, Kari Lake, who's really good on camera and incredible at fundraising. She's been going to all these other states. She's huge at this. We predicted that she would run, by the way, just so you know, we're a trusted source. Back in January, we called it 9 months ago, guys. And just now, everyone else is catching up. Fox News, CNN, it looks like Kari Lake's going to run for the Senate. Boring, we already knew. I'll keep you guys posted on the Kari Lake Senate run, which I'm very excited about. I think she has a real good chance of winning that. We'll see. Thank you guys for subscribing and pass this link around to start telling people the truth. They're living under a lie. You get the truth right here in Exile.